Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Inside, Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, the athleticism on display. Nick Claxton makes these throwdowns look easy.
Here's Murray. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah. This should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show what they can do down low.
And it's Williamson penetrating. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Love how decisive Williamson is. When he sees a lane to the basket, he seizes it.
Pass to Claxton. Outside Johnson. He shoots. Zion Williamson grabs the miss.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
And they double up Williamson. Jones from outside. Brooklyn pulls it in. Here's Williams. Off with the layup.
Boy, having a hard time making shots. Just 1 for 4 to start this game.
The baseline, Jay. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. Up top, Johnson. Pass to Johnson. Thomas outside. Screen by Claxton. Good chance here for Thomas. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Not exactly what Coach wanted coming up the floor, but he'll take it.
All right, Grant, when you look at the Nets rebuild, what are you seeing at this point?
Well, they gave up a lot of young players and draft picks to assemble a big three. And, of course, that didn't quite work out. So now they're in that middle ground, which sometimes can be a little tough. Add to the fact that they're in New York, the fans and media are anything but patient and forgiving.
And Claxton throws it down.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
Here's Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Oh, quick lift off the floor. And Murray has that long reach, making it look easy.
Goes up at the stripe. And that one's long.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just 1 pass more?
And Grant, DeJounte Murray, a bit of a throwback player. He's comfortable attacking at all 3 levels.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he does a lot of work in the mid-range for a guard. He's very comfortable with any shot on the floor. Not shy about putting up a ton of attempts if that's what's needed.
Now here's Murray. 5 points in the game. Now Thomas. The kick out to Johnson. From the high post. Williams grabs the board. New Orleans in the lead. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
A monster down low. Zion is scary.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Nets trail by 3. Melton up top. Crafty move. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Pelicans.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
New Orleans leading by 3. Williamson looking around. Oh, a big slam right on Bobby Portis. Oh, man.
And that's what we've come to expect from Zion. Exactly.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Zion Williamson is a one-of-one. His teammate C.J. McCollum told him, your ceiling is unlike anything the NBA has ever seen, but it's up to you to take full advantage of whatever it is. You can be as good as you want to be. This game will go where you take it. Brian?
You know, Allie, at his best, he is unstoppable. Brooklyn pulls it in.
Oh, gritty defense, protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pelicans?
Well, guys, early on, they're driving the lane constantly, using their quickness to gain an advantage. Look at their points off penetration.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Now here's Murray. 5 points in the game. Lets it go from deep. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
In terms of volume and accuracy, Murray has shown a lot of growth with his three-point shot since entering the league.
Pass to Clowney. On the take. Here's Wilson. 5 on the clock. And that one comes up a bit short. There's 37 seconds left in the first. They set the pick. Here's Murray. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Bobby Portis.
Yeah, Murray is slithery. I mean, he makes great adjustments there on the move.
And Murray drops them both. Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable.
Oh, and a fast break for the Pelicans. This one for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Here's Wilson. And down it goes. 2 points.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Murray from outside. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's DeJounte Murray making things happen.
16. The Nets.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And guys, what's your take on the Pelicans so far?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Here's Alvarado. No good on his first attempt of the game.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Fires in the triple.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
Here's Thomas. Pass to Claxton. To the paint. And here is Williams. Over Jones. Oh, made it a tough look for him as the defense really pressed up on him.
In the first half, you want to stay aggressive, but you also want to be careful. That is his second foul already.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Now here's McCollum. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Shot from the wing. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall.
You can't ask for a cleaner look than that. He just couldn't deliver.
Pass to Johnson. Brooklyn, no good that time either. And here's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run. And honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court like that.
Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Nets trail by 9. Thomas outside. Pass to Claxton. Stolen by Jones. Now the Pelicans in transition. Johnson with the defensive effort. Here's Thomas. Goes back up. Here's Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Grabs the board and goes right in for the putback. I love it, B.A.
Yeah, wanting to close the gap. Makes sense to get aggressive on the glass here. McCollum with it. And it's Thomas picking him up. Jones misses.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
New Orleans leading by 5. McCollum taking his time here. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. And the Pelicans miss again. Doris, someone who plays within himself. Nick Claxton knows what his team wants from him.
There's real value in a player understanding his role, and that's Nick Claxton. Sprint the floor, rebound, rim protect. He knows who he is and what puts him on the floor.
And yep, it's good. Now just a 3-point New Orleans lead.
That mid-range is where Thomas may be his most effective and confident.
Here's McCollum. Johnson with the defensive effort. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
The game now all tied up. Thomas has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Never shy about letting it fly. Cam Thomas, folks.
McCollum outside. Shoots over Johnson. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Melton up top. No made baskets yet. Down low. Here's Portis. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
.133 left in the first half. Here's Murray. And it's Murray finishing it off.
And check out Murray making trouble for the defense. They just couldn't keep up.
Here's Melton. Driving to the basket. And a nice finish on the layup.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Here's Williamson. Oh, Williamson throws it down.
Yeah, no doubt Williamson's one of the most powerful dunkers the NBA has ever seen.
Pass to Whitehead. Six on the shot clock. Melton outside. Over Murray. Misi grabs the board.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Murray, no good. And the Nets with possession here. They're on a 13-4 run. Pass to Clowney. Let's go with a 3. Knocks down the long J. Clowney's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. They kick it out to Murray. Good if it goes. Oh, Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
26.
Coaches talk about ending quarters well. You cannot do it better than that.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Nets out in front, leading by a point. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you.
Here's Thomas. After the Pelicans picking up a basket a moment ago, Williams from long range. The rebound by Murray. New Orleans in the lead. Williamson inside. The layup off target. And Trey Murphy is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Claxton down low. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, my goodness. That is an absolutely insane finish by Nick Claxton.
They kick it out to Murray. Over Johnson.
Come on.
And the Pelicans get it back. Pass to Messi. Claxton with the block.
My goodness, how quick off his feet is Nick Claxton? Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Now here's Murray. 16 points for him. Takes it inside. Can't connect from short range.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Pelicans are still developing their on-court chemistry. Coach Willie Green said, this group is still pretty young in terms of being on the floor together. We're starting to figure it out. We just have to stay committed and continue to be elite on both ends of the floor, and it starts with our defense. B.A.?
They've really got something, Allie. Thanks. Messi grabs the board.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Well, you look at Cam Thomas, Grant. Do you think he has the potential to be a star in this league?
Well, it's tough to say, B.A. He has a lot of talent, especially as a scorer. I think he has to keep evolving other parts of his game if he wants to become a full-fledged star.
Will it go? Sinks it from distance.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Let's give a huge welcome.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. There's the screen by Johnson. Pulls it. Johnson with a bucket.
Keon Johnson.
Pelicans trail by 5. McCollum outside. From outside, off the mark.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Size and athleticism by Cam Johnson. How about that vertical?
McCollum outside. Nice move. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First Personal foul.
Doris, it's interesting, but the Nets franchise has never won an NBA championship.
That's absolutely correct, because their titles came before the merger. Now, since they've joined this league, they did go to the finals for a couple of times, had Jason Kidd, who was the driver of success, but no championship in this modern era.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And again, New Orleans no good.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
There's Whitehead. And the three-pointer goes.
3 points.
Whitehead's got 5 now.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
And Brooklyn with possession here after the basket by New Orleans.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
McCollum with it. Shot clock at 6. And he banks in the layup. He's got 5.
Not only a perimeter player, McCollum can go inside.
Melton with the ball. Now guarded by Brown. Here's Whitehead. No good from outside.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Brown. It's Brown on the wing. Olynyk for 3. Rebound Brooklyn.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Portis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Brown can't hit. Brooklyn leading by 11. To the inside. Oh, sweet move. And Portis with the layup.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
From deep, Melton. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's Brooklyn.
The Nets, 48.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And here's Johnson. From the high post. That shot off the mark.
Sometimes it's just not your night. Fortunately, his teammates have picked up the slack.
McCollum's shot is off. Brooklyn leading by 10. Williams' shot is good.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, guys. Well, Willie Green had some advice for the team over that last break. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying, we have to fight. Now is the moment. We have to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Now, here's Williams. Claxton down low. Here's Thomas. And such a nice move to make that bucket possible. And the Nets lead by 14.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
He's off on the first. Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answered that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Pass to Johnson. Outside Johnson. Shoots from the elbow. The Pelicans pull it in.
I'll tell you what, we know he's been struggling tonight, but his teammates have pitched in big time.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Even as much as we've seen him, we still marvel at the power of Zion around the basket. It's hard for a defender to deal with this kind of strength.
Williamson hits them both. You know, Grant, with the Nets, there was so much optimism just a few years back.
And it was just too bad to see things go south. It's a reminder that nothing is as easy as it seems in the NBA. Even with a superstar roster, things don't always work out.
Now here's Murray. And again, New Orleans no good.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
From the top of the key. No good, off the front rim. Pelicans trail by 11. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on C.J. McCollum. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
The kick out to Williams. Thomas outside. McCollum with a steal. Now the Pelicans in transition. Thomas with a steal. On the break. The 3. Misi grabs the board. They can shade the deficit to single digits right here. Zion inside. Man, he's just built for that.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
Outside Johnson. There's the drive. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play. That one on Murray. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Brooklyn.
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
That free throw misses. So he can't get either to fall.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line. Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
And DeJounte Murray is truly the complete package. He does a little of this and a little of that. Anything you need out there, he can make it happen.
Well, Doris, with so many franchises, the star player has a lot of sway.
Well, to me, B.A., so much of this speaks to which star are we talking about. If you take someone like Stephen Curry, who historically has welcomed other stars to play alongside him, or has at moments in his career had to elevate young players who maybe have to play through some mistakes, he welcomes both. It depends on the star we're talking about.
Pelicans trail by 9. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Lays it up and banks it in. Murray's got 21.
Murray just owning things on the offensive end, getting to his shots and making them.
The kick out to Johnson. For 3. That one is off. McCollum on the left side. Pass to Murray. And he lobs it up top. And Williamson throws it down.
This is the guy Williamson wants to be for his team. The player they can count on in the clutch moments.
Here's New Orleans now. They're on a 12-3 run. To the middle. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
You see his active hands knocking that pass out of bounds.
That's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Clock at 6. Rebounded by Johnson. Nets leading by 5. Here's Williams. McCollum pulls it in. We've got 1:08 left in the final quarter. Here's Murray going inside.
And in these big moments, DeJounte Murray is a great option. Just rises to the occasion.
Here's Johnson. Money.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Murray for 3. Murray can't get that one to fall. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Johnson. And a missed layup. This might be a turning point.
Massive possession here.
Pass to Murray. Fires the 3. And stolen by Williams. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for
He hits the first one. And that increases the lead to 6.
2 shots.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 7-point game.
Well, you want to continue to build the lead, so a very productive trip to the line right there.
Nets ball.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. And Brooklyn with possession here. They've led by as many as 14. Johnson for 3.
Cameron Johnson.
Nails it from 3. And the Nets lead by 10.
This guy is absolutely deadly from deep. Cameron Johnson, quarter 3.
So we see the Nets taking the double.